They once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been.
There was an insane party in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills, on Saturday night. And in terms of net wealth, 3 people alone made it $1 trillion party. This was Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, and it was held at the home of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez in Beverly Hills.
We've all seen the headlines and viral clips, moments when one name sends shockwaves through Hollywood, Wall Street, and the justice system at the same time. But what if that name isn't just a rapper or a celebrity? What if it's the mastermind behind a powerful empire? Today, the focus is on Kris Jenner, the family leader who turned personal drama into a billion-dollar brand. Now, her carefully built image is starting to crack under a major investigation, one that links her to some of the biggest scandals of the decade. From Diddy's collapse to a $500 million mystery involving Britney Spears and a private church that may connect it all.
With the series, with the film.
I mean, I think the intention is to give a more full-bodied experience to what happened, you know, from the people that agreed to sit down and to participate. And I feel like the film asks a lot of questions, you know, maybe more questions are asked than answers given.
It began with one tweet, then many more. By December 2025, the internet was asking one question: why is 50 Cent targeting Kris Jenner? After exposing Diddy, the rapper-turned-producer started dropping vague clues about his next focus. Fans guessed. Insiders panicked. Then things became clear. Sources say 50 Cent isn't joking or stirring drama. He's putting together a full documentary series, one aimed at exposing Kris Jenner's most protected secrets, her money moves, her links to Diddy's inner circle, and a trail of deals that some legal experts believe could lead to RICO charges. This isn't a celebrity fight. It's a serious legal threat, and it's already in motion.
Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
The timing raised eyebrows. In September 2024, Diddy's arrest shook the entertainment world. The charges were serious, including racketeering and coercion. Hidden in the chaos was one key detail: his long-standing connection to the Kardashian-Jenner family. Khloe's 2014 comment about wild parties suddenly felt less like reality TV drama and more like a warning sign. Kris Jenner, known for controlling the story, quickly tried to create distance from someone she once called a close friend. But things didn't stop there. As attention stayed on Diddy, insiders began digging into Kris Jenner's finances. At the center was the California Community Church, a private church she founded in 2009. On paper, it's religious. Critics say it works more like a tax shelter. Reports claim members pay $1,000 a month plus 10% of their income, all tax-free. Analysts say much of that money comes from the Jenner Kardashian family themselves, giving them tax breaks while keeping control of the cash. One accountant summed it up bluntly, calling it robbery with a smile.
I have to finish the sentence. It does matter! It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think, yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes, I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
Then there's the Britney Spears connection, and it's deeply troubling. In 2018, Britney's sister Jamie Lynn was named trustee over her largest trust. Around that same time, court records show about $600 million moved out of Britney's accounts into a Panama-based company. The timing raised alarms. So did the people involved. At the center is Lou Taylor, Britney's former manager and the key figure behind her conservatorship. Taylor had close ties to both Diddy and Kris Jenner. He met Diddy in the 1990s at Uptown Records and later handled his finances, while also being accused of draining millions from Britney. Adding to the concern, Taylor's husband runs Calvary Chapel, a church group that has faced questions about its finances. To many, it doesn't feel random. Then there's Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's longtime partner. In 2020, he posted a birthday message thanking Kim Porter and Diddy for what they did for his life. That post now looks less like a tribute and more like proof of close ties. Insiders say Gamble wasn't just present at Diddy's parties. He was deeply connected. If investigators link Diddy's operations to the Kardashian-Jenner money network, Gamble could become important in court, not just gossip columns. Things get even stranger. Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just 24 hours before Homeland Security raided his homes in March 2024. Coincidence? Or a warning? Sources say the family went into panic mode, trying to distance themselves fast. But distance may not matter when records exist, especially when you look at this detail. Kim Kardashian reportedly received a $600 million payout around the same time Britney's $600 million allegedly went missing, tied to the sale of 50% of Kylie Cosmetics. Same amount, same window of time. This goes beyond bad press. The questions now involve possible money laundering and a powerful family built on image control facing scrutiny that could bring everything down.
On the documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G Unit, a movie.
And 50 Cent isn't just standing back. Sources say he's getting inside information, some of it allegedly from Ye, who has his own messy history with the Kardashians and knows their financial secrets. If this docuseries is released, the legal impact could be immediate. RICO cases don't just go after people, they tear down entire empires. At the same time, Kris Jenner is sticking to the role she knows best, the loving mom, the red carpet queen, the woman hosting $70 million birthday parties at Jeff Bezos' mansion so loud the police get called. And that's the ironic part. When you're that rich, you keep living like nothing can touch you.
And I mean, just the funny part about this is that when you're that rich, you just do what you do. And this time, the police came and they kind of schooled him, which I think is really interesting. It doesn't matter that it's Jeff Bezos.
Right.
But, by the way, we should say, it was thrown by Kris's daughters.
Yes.
But behind the scenes, things are starting to crack. Reports say Kim and Kylie were furious over Kris's MAC Cosmetics deal, seeing it as a direct hit to their own beauty brands. That points to deeper tension. When money stops flowing smoothly, loyalty often does too. And if federal investigators start digging into the church's finances, Britney's missing millions, or Diddy's party guest lists, those cracks could turn into full breaks. There's one more layer, and it's the most unsettling. The Kardashians have spent years building an image of being untouchable. Every scandal managed, every crisis turned into content. But RICO cases don't care about image. They focus on patterns. And the pattern here is a family repeatedly linked, directly or indirectly, to some of the most controversial figures in entertainment: Diddy, Lou Taylor, and the financial moves that kept Britney under control for 13 years. If 50 Cent's team has what they say they do, this isn't just a tell-all. It could be a blueprint for prosecutors.
No, I know. And sometimes I feel like what he's really trying, like he was like, oh, I'm $53 million in debt, or, you know, that whole thing. And I'm like, what he was trying to say was, that's what he's done to spend on his clothing line over the last 15 or 20 years, you know, whatever it's been. But it comes out not exactly the right way, and then people get it misconstrued, you know, through the media, and then
Then there's the question no one is asking yet. Who else is involved? 50 Cent doesn't think small. If Kris Jenner is the first domino, who falls next? Names being whispered include former partners, quiet investors, and celebrities who were part of those circles. This isn't just about one family. It points to a whole system where loyalty is bought, churches act like banks, and the line between friendship and guilt disappears. Right now, Kris Jenner's team is in full damage control. Lawyers are stepping in, statements are being prepared, but in public opinion, and possibly in court, the harm may already be done. When a brand is built on openness, even the hint of a cover-up can destroy it, and that hint is growing stronger by the day. Here's what's clear. The docuseries is coming. Federal investigators may be quiet, but they're watching. And Kris Jenner, once known for shielding her family from scandal, may now face something far harder than the media: the law. The real question isn't whether the Kardashian empire survives. It's whether there will be anything left when this is over. One domino has already fallen. The rest may not be far behind.
As I said, never before seen footage of the days leading up to his arrest. Can you just talk a little bit about, was there anything that surprised you from that footage?
The footage, well, I mean, I think it's rare to find someone who's being, you know, talked about all over the country. You know, all eyes were on him, you know, so to speak. And it was really interesting to see his last days of freedom.
The deeper this goes, the clearer it looks like Kris Jenner's empire wasn't built on reality TV alone. It was built on a tight network of connections, carefully hidden. Pull one thread, and everything could fall apart. At the center of that web is Corey Gamble. He's been by Kris's side for nearly 10 years, but insiders say his role goes far beyond being her partner. To the public, Corey is just Kris Jenner's boyfriend. Behind the scenes, sources describe him as a connector, linking the Kardashians to powerful figures now under federal scrutiny. His 2020 Instagram post thanking Diddy and the late Kim Porter doesn't look like a casual tribute anymore. Legal experts say it could now be evidence. Corey's connection to Diddy goes back years. Long before he appeared at Kardashian-Jenner events, he was already moving in Diddy's inner circle, attending the same private gatherings now under investigation. And according to multiple sources, he wasn't just a guest. Former Bad Boy Records staff say Corey helped make introductions, handled logistics, and may have even helped manage guest lists at Diddy's most infamous parties. One former assistant put it simply: Corey wasn't there just to party. He was there to keep things running. If those things include activities now under investigation, Corey's close tie to Kris starts to look less personal and more risky. And then there's Lou Taylor. She's known as the financial architect behind Britney Spears' conservatorship. Insiders also say she played a key role in Kris Jenner's financial strategies, tying yet another thread between powerful figures, money, and control.
It was surprising that he actually filmed it.
Yeah, and I want to ask about that, because how did you go about getting the footage? And do you know the intent of the videographer, why he or this person took the footage?
She's a journalist, right?
Yeah.
So she's not going to reveal her sources, so you don't have to reveal that.
Taylor's name keeps showing up in lawsuits. She's accused of making millions from Britney Spears' estate while also managing money for other major clients. But her link to Kris Jenner runs even deeper. Court records reported by the New York Times show Taylor helped Kris set up the California Community Church, the same church now questioned over its tax-free status and member fees. And here's the troubling part. Taylor's husband, Andrew Wallet, was a trustee of Britney's estate during the conservatorship years, when about $600 million allegedly went missing. Coincidence? Or the same money moving through different names? The timing of Kris's business moves adds more suspicion. Take her MAC Cosmetics deal. Publicly, it looked like a normal partnership. Privately, it reportedly angered Kim and Kylie. Analysts note the deal was announced just weeks after Kris and Kim unfollowed Diddy, right before Homeland Security raided his properties. Was that timing accidental, or a signal that Kris was stepping away from trouble? Some believe MAC was chosen as a safe harbor. As one former beauty executive put it, Kris never moves without a plan. If she chose MAC, it's because she wanted protection, and the warning signs don't end there.
You feel this way. This Kim Kardashian devoted her life to something, but it certainly wasn't the pursuit of academic excellence. She didn't even go to college, Harvey.
Now look at Kylie Jenner's $600 million sale of 50% of Kylie Cosmetics. The deal closed in January 2022, the same time Britney Spears fans began raising alarms about missing money. The timing feels unsettling. The setup is even stranger. Records show the sale went through a Delaware holding company, a state known for financial secrecy. Sources say Lou Taylor's firm advised Kylie on the deal. That's the same firm that managed Britney's finances during the conservatorship. If investigators follow that $600 million trail, they may find the money didn't vanish at all. It may have been moved, cleaned, or invested under different names. And if that's true, Kylie's payout may be more than a smart deal. It could be key evidence. Then there's the Kardashian reality TV contracts, the foundation of their empire. Former insiders at E! say Kris pushed for special clauses that allowed financial flexibility. Some believe that was code for off-the-books payments. One former producer said Kris's team demanded certain revenue streams stay hidden. She didn't want the IRS, or anyone else, tracking how the money really moved. If that money connects to Diddy's business or Britney's conservatorship, the show may look less like entertainment and more like a cover. And there's the social media side. Kris Jenner's Instagram, carefully shaped to show family life and business deals, may also be leaving clues. Experts say several posts featuring Diddy were deleted soon after his arrest. Nothing truly disappears online. Saved versions still show Kris and Diddy together at events as late as 2019, smiling like close friends. If investigators demand her social media records, those deleted posts could look like attempts to erase evidence. In a RICO case, that's not just a bad look. It can be a crime. The risk here is real. RICO cases don't need proof that someone committed a crime directly. They focus on patterns, relationships, and money trails that point to a larger plan. And Kris Jenner's career has always been about control. Control of stories, control of money, and control over who gets close to her family and who doesn't. But control has a dark side, especially when the people you're tied to start falling one by one. Diddy's indictment may only be the start. If investigators follow the links to Kris, through Corey Gamble, through Lou Taylor, and through those deleted Instagram posts, they may see the Kardashian empire as more than a brand. They may see a business with secrets. Inside the family, pressure is building. Kim's anger over Kris's MAC deal wasn't just about money. It felt like a betrayal. Kylie's silence about the $600 million says a lot. Khloe, once open about her connection to Diddy, has gone completely quiet. This is no longer just a PR problem. It's a family crisis. Loyalty is now being weighed against legal risk. If Kris has to choose between protecting her daughters or protecting herself, what will she do? History says she'll do whatever it takes to survive. But survival looks very different when the FBI is at the door.
You know, the thing about the kids at some point here, and not for the younger ones, it's at some point. For North, it's right now, right? That even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids that her friends at school, they're going to know about it. They're going to see it. And it puts the kids in a horrible situation.
The wild card is Ye. He's openly feuded with the Kardashians, but privately he's allegedly given 50-cent documents, messages, and financial info aimed at Kris Jenner. His goal, insiders say, is to destroy the system he believes controls Hollywood. If even part of that material is real, Kris's lawyers could be overwhelmed. And that's the danger. RICO cases don't care about fame or followers. They follow money and patterns. If investigators connect the dots between the church, beauty deals, and conservatorship funds, the Kardashian brand wouldn't just be damaged, it could collapse entirely. The real question now is how far Kris Jenner is willing to go to protect the empire she built. Will she distance herself from Corey Gamble, cooperate with prosecutors, or rely on her power, lawyers, and public image to survive the pressure? What comes next won't be a polished statement or social media post, but serious legal action, subpoenas, court filings, or a revelation big enough to shake Hollywood even more than Diddy's arrest. This is the moment where public opinion and legal scrutiny collide. Is Kris Jenner the mastermind behind a financial system that went too far, or just another figure caught inside a corrupt, self-protecting industry? The story is unfolding fast, and the next development could change everything. One thing is certain: the biggest scandals are rarely obvious, they're the ones hidden in plain sight.